froze to death on the streets of this country, trying to house myself and my son. I've been a homeless advocate 30 years because of that issue. So we're out here tonight on the corner of 421 Fallsway in Baltimore, and we're going to hear from some Green Party candidates about what they intend to do about the issue of homelessness. If you're out there tonight, come join us, get some food, participate in fellowship with us. We want to hear your stories. If there's an issue that's more important than anything in the whole world, is ending poverty and homelessness in a country that has plenty. So with that, I'd like to start always going from, I'll start with an inspirational sister here, Christine, a longtime homeless advocate. Christine.
Awesome. Just to have the opportunity of being a homeless advocate and working with this area for numerous years, it's great to see a political party front and center. So you guys give yourself a hand clap, because this is an opportunity for not only our homeless individuals to see the potential of engagement, but hearing their stories, knowing their stories, asking them why they down here and the reasons. It's more than winding up the window, jumping on a cell phone and keep riding by them on the streets of Baltimore City. It's been over 3 years since the initial movement of the I-83 encampment, and I have seen no change or engagement with urgency housing our homeless individuals. So I am grateful for a party that is attentive, they are aware, and tonight they will be informed and knowledgeable of the circumstances of some of our most vulnerable individuals in Baltimore City. So thank you, Green Party. Our homeless population will thank you as they come around and hear their stories, and it give us, the individuals, an opportunity to know facts over fiction.
So our next person that's going to say a few things tonight, who inspired me, who took over the governor's mansion many years ago with all of her children, Reverend Annie Chambers.
Right. Woo! Well, thank everybody for coming out. And I'm saying to everybody that I work with, I've been an advocate and an organizer for over 55 years. Okay? And I'm 75 years old. I became homeless with 19 children. And I took a house and moved into it.
Took it.
And occupied it for 42 years.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
So I'm
You took
saying
the house.
to, that's right. And I'm saying to people now, I want them to vote green. And the reason you should vote green is because they're telling you you don't have a choice since you got that fool Donald Trump and you got Hillary. And they are saying you have to vote for Hillary. You have to vote for this. We don't even have, the woman that's running for mayor in our city does not even care about us. We have a presidential candidate in the Green Party. Dr. Stein, she's a good woman. She understands us. She has been out there. But I'm also going to say this. Hillary Clinton, for poor people and working people, was the architecture against welfare reform. Okay? So this woman, I stood in it. I went to the Democratic convention just so I could tell the Democrats how I felt about it. And who was running. And Bernie Sanders made some noise. But we need some people that's really going to do something. And I'm going to tell you, I just met him, but I know him because I studied, looked up your whole history. And when I seen you was running for vice, I knew everything would be all right. Okay? I heard you at your town hall meeting. I thought it was the greatest. We have got to fight, young people. We got to fight. We cannot get comfortable. Homelessness, there should be no homelessness in America.
Right.
America have enough houses. They're closing down all the public houses. The rent in this city is tripling. We need a man like Joshua. Okay? We need a man that we can go to that won't close the door in our face when we go to him. Catherine Pugh, I'm saying names because I don't talk around no games. I'm saying names. Catherine Pugh have not looked at what she did over in Annapolis. You see how she voted in Annapolis? What you think she gonna do with it? Man, we got a man now that's giving away all of this city. So all they doing is solidifying it with Catherine. She knows she was not gonna win it. So then they went and got one of their other issues, which is Catherine. We need to think about, it ain't just two parties in this country. And we can vote for the Green Party. We got Green Party candidates. We got a candidate over in the 12th. In the 12th, y'all know we need somebody to represent us. You know, the 12th Councilmatic District. We got a candidate over there that's standing here saying, you know, I've been working with, and we can go to him. We need to change the system. We have a chance to make history in America and not go by the usual. Not the usual stage. I'm going to close with this. If you don't vote green and I find out my people that come to me, that worries me because I'm broke, because I give away all of my money to help other people. And I don't mind. But if you come to me and I find out you didn't vote green, don't come back again.
All right. Next, we want to hear from Baltimore's next mayor.
Hold on. You stand up, you'll have the chiefs. And go.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to thank you guys for coming out here. Thank you for welcoming us. And I'd like to extend a special thanks to our Vice Presidential candidate, Ajamu Baraka, for coming to Baltimore City and really diving in to take a look. Dr. Stein was here a couple weeks ago, and you guys are taking a look to really understand the conditions of poverty that exist in Baltimore City. Understanding that is what is at the root cause of so many of the issues that we face. And an unwillingness to address those issues of poverty is what perpetuates it. And so thank you for coming out and coming to Baltimore City and being willing to be here and sit with us and hang out tonight under a bridge where so many people sleep and live every single day. And I was telling Ms. Flowers that the reality is that this is really about putting a face to an issue that often just becomes numbers and something that we speak about in the background, but really understanding that these are people that live in these conditions every single day, and everyone has a story. It's not what you may assume that there's a specific person that become homeless, but people have stories as to how they end up here, and the lack of resources to help get their people on their feet and move towards a housing first model when we're looking at homelessness is what perpetuates and keeps these issues going. Just here in Baltimore City, we've just lost millions of dollars from our budget that was supposed to go to homeless individuals. As Ms. Flowers said earlier, we have people who are being housed right now in a hotel in Baltimore County, and the city is paying every night to keep them in a hotel, not in the city, when we have more than 30,000 vacant homes that are city-owned in Baltimore. We have more people as houses than we have houseless people in Baltimore, and that's just the reality of it. And so really bringing awareness to this issue is what this is about today, to help to people to have an insight into what's happening and hear people's stories. So if you're out there and you're in Baltimore City, if you're in the state of Maryland, you can come down and join us. We will be sleeping out here tonight. So we'll be down here for quite some time, so come and join us and become a part of a community, because this is a community that exists as well, and a community that deserves respect and it deserves resources as well, so that we can help to get people off the streets of Baltimore and all around the country. So with that, I guess I'll pass it over to Ms. Flowers now. Ms. Flowers is running for Senate here in the state of Maryland.
Thank you so much, Joshua. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, everyone, for being down here. So I'm running for U.S. Senate in the whole state state of Maryland. So if you live in Maryland, no matter where you live, if you're in the state, no matter what party you're in, you can vote for me. You can vote for Ajamu Baraka and Stein for vice president and president. I've lived in Baltimore for 30 years, and what we've seen over that time, I came here shortly after the Inner Harbor had been built. We saw how all the money that was sunk into the Inner Harbor created a vacuum that sucked the energy and the life out of the surrounding neighborhoods, and their small businesses failed as a result. And the jobs that were created down at the Inner Harbor are, these kind of chain stores that have a history of exploiting their workers, paying low wages. It was so bad that it actually was declared a human rights zone by the United Workers after they interviewed the workers down there. Now we're seeing the same story play out all over again, but in an even bigger scale, as the city voted to go ahead with the Port Covington project, $660 million tax break to build a whole new downtown for the wealthy. Meanwhile, we have neighborhoods all around the area that we're in that used to be thriving neighborhoods that have been disinvested in and ignored for decades now. So these problems that we're experiencing here in our city, these are intentional problems. These are structural problems. They were created by the policies and priorities of the people in power, and they can be changed by changing those policies and priorities, by changing the people that are in power. That's why it's so important that we're running as Greens right now, so that we have the ability to make those changes. As a senator for the state of Maryland, I'm going to be pushing for a guaranteed basic income.
Woo!
Yes!
So that we can end poverty. We can end poverty right now with a guaranteed basic income. I'm going to be pushing for universal single-payer health care.
Yes.
So that we won't need health care for the homeless. We'll have health care for everyone. So these are some of the policies that we're going to be pushing for. We're also going to keep our door open to you, not the corporate lobbyists, not the wealthy special interests. Our doors are a place for you to come in, work with us together. Let's fight. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a struggle, but everything is that's worthwhile, and we're up to that fight. So please support us, and we'll be there with you to fight for our rights. Thanks.
And with that, we would like to introduce Ann from the 12th District in Baltimore.
Thank you. I'm really honored to be here. There's so much immense energy and talent here tonight. I'm just thrilled, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be running with the Green Party. I don't think there's a better party out there. All the issues we've talked about tonight are big, high-level issues, right? Universal health care, a universal basic income, the destruction of the welfare system. And here in Baltimore, you see how each and every one of those play out every single day. Right now on the east side in my district, there is two options for people with vacant houses nearby. They could either let them stay vacant because they're all bought by speculators or even the city, and the city doesn't want to do anything with them, and they just stay vacant, the grass grows higher, and everyone housing values next to them plummet. And that puts them at risk for being homeless. That puts them at risk for losing their own house when the neighbors next door to them don't live there anymore. Or you can call up our governor, who's a Republican, and he'll come knock your house down. That's it. Those are your two options in this area. There's no rebuilding effort. There's no Green New Deal going on in America right now. And right here in my district, in District 12, people would benefit from that immediately. We need to rebuild the inner cities. This has to happen. People are dying out here because of lack of economic opportunity. And it is obviously due to racist passive redlining, systemic inequality, especially in poor black areas in the city. And now we see a mistrust of even the most basic institution of public housing, because a lot of the public housing institutions are being privatized through the RAD program, which is happening right now at the federal level. It's something being imposed on us by the federal government. They're turning over the public housing to private investors. So, right now, what I do for my constituents in my district, when I become a city councilor, is I say to them, okay, you're in a public housing project. Let me go down to the Public Housing Administration and get some answers as to why there's so many roaches, why there's so many mice, why there are rats and why your playground's broken down. What happens when that public housing becomes private? What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to go to the local corporation and beg them for a playground, beg them to do the rat basement, beg them to paint and get the lead out of the building? They don't care. So this privatization is killing us here in Baltimore City. And I need to fight tooth and nail along with my community to make sure this doesn't happen anymore. I'm so happy to be here today with people that are talking about big systemic issues that are going to fix our problems in Baltimore City, because I can't do it alone in City Council. A universal basic income is the necessity. We need to make sure everyone has access to basic human rights, such as right to clean water. Our schools right now, they don't have lead-free water. That's a crime in America for that to be happening right now. They don't have proper air conditioning or proper heating or cooling. How are we letting this happen? How could we be letting this happen? Where's the local media covering this? Why aren't the politicians taking action here? You know, and this is not just an issue involving Democrats versus Republicans versus Democrats versus Republicans. This city is run by Democrats. Democrats are causing the problems here, and they could be fixing the problems here. Instead, they spent 2-3 months arguing over how much money to give a billionaire in downtown Baltimore. That has been the focus of our efforts here in City Council. How much money should we give this guy? Not if we should give him money at all. None of the city councilors have said, I'm not going to do this at all. How much money we should give him? Should it be $500,000? Should it be $600 million? Should it be $500 million? Should it be $600 million? And now we're talking almost $700 million. $700 million go into a luxury playpen in downtown city Baltimore. Where is the money for housing? Where is the money for health care for everyone in this city? Why do we have to wait for private foundations that are doing good work to come in here and save us all? I mean, if you look back right behind us right here, we're sitting in front of the Healthcare for Homeless building. That's a great building. They're doing really good work over there. That's a private organization coming in and doing what the work of the government should be doing. So, I'm really grateful to be here out tonight. I want to hear some great stories about what's going on out in the streets here. I've been doing a lot of homeless organizing in Baltimore for quite some time. I know about the Camp 83 story. I know about all the stories that have happened down here because they just keep kicking homeless people out. That's all they keep doing is saying, displace, get out of here, disperse. And when Occupy Baltimore got shut down, Occupy Baltimore turned into what a lot of Baltimore did. They turned into a homeless shelter, right? So they were sheltering homeless people, they were feeding homeless people daily. And you know what when they actually closed the camp, they put out flyers that said, don't worry, there's enough housing in all the shelters around the city. There aren't. There aren't. Everyone here can tell you there aren't. And this is as a national tragedy we have to take care of immediately. Thank you so much.
Okay, next we'd like to hear from somebody that I'm so honored has come all the way here to Baltimore from the next Vice President of our country, Ajamu Baraka.
It is really an honor to be here this evening, everyone. I had a chance to get into the city today to move around and to see the realities that we have here in Baltimore. And I can tell you that we have a lot of work to do here in this city. A lot of work to address the issues that are impacting people in a way in which their very humanity is being challenged. And what is so criminal about this is that these issues don't have to be issues. We don't have to have people who are worried every night about where they're going to lay their heads. We don't have to have families that are homeless. Kids who don't know whether or not they're going to be able to stay in school because they don't have an address. We don't have to have a city in which schools are being closed down. People are sick and can't go to the doctor. These are realities that don't have to be realities. So, my friends, as many people have said, we have to fight. You know, we can bring attention to these issues and we have to. But in the end, the message has to be that we have to organize and we have to fight to change these conditions. Because the folks downtown and the people of Washington, D.C., the only language they understand is the language of power. And the only way that we assert our power is through struggle. So getting organized, being clear and fighting is the message we have to get across to everybody in this city and across the country. Now, over the last almost 5 weeks now, I've had a chance to move around this country, and I've seen difficult conditions like here in Baltimore. But I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen some stuff today that have challenged my understanding of what's happening around this country. Because I've seen some stuff today in Baltimore that's pretty unique. The fact that we have 30,000 vacant units, spots, city-owned spaces in this country, in this city, that is a shame. You know, that is something that we can't really explain, or nobody can explain. How do you have 30,000 vacant units and you have thousands of people who don't have some place to lay their head? That's a contradiction, especially in light of the fact that they could come up with all kind of money to give to developers to create playpens for rich people. Folks, the only way we change this is through struggle. Through struggle.
Yes.
So we're here tonight to hopefully bring more attention to what's happening here in this city. We're here to allow people who have been impacted by the policies in this city and the democratic policies across this country. Someone said that we've got to remind ourselves that we're sitting here in a city run by Democrats. All of the conditions I've seen around the country have been cities run by Democrats. But yet they tell you that there's no choice, that all we can do is to continue to let these Democrats run things and create these conditions that our people face. Well, we're here tonight to say you do have a choice. You don't have to be condemned and controlled by Democrats. We have a party called the Green Party that gives you a democratic choice to transform these conditions and give you the power to fight to transform your lives. So we say, join us in this struggle. Join us in this fight.
Yes.
Get off the Democratic Party plantation.
Yes.
And let's make a new life.
Yes.
And now, while Galen is preparing Bernadette a plate, because she's, what?
DPP.
Bernadette is going to say a couple words. She's a homeless sister that's out here, and she was talking to me about her struggle.
I was homeless for a number of years because of taxes, people dying, not having living wills, not having help from the government as far as gas and electric bills. The seniors got too old to go out and pay their bills properly, to have help from the city, from the government to pay their bills, like gas and electric, light. You know, we had to pay the old bills when the people died because we had to wait for places like Mount Moriah to adopt the senile people because they left bills. And you have to ask your family and other people to help pay those bills in order to keep your residents. Gas and electric came and turned off my lights and gas and electric. And I had students in my house, living in my house, that couldn't afford to go to school, plus pay bills at the same time, you know. And I had them growing up. I was sending them to school, but they were homeless. They lived in different cities. They had to come living with me, you know. I needed babysitters. I needed daycare. I needed help with food, you know. And the city is supposed to provide all that, not to always cut the programs, to help the people with the programs, you know, even if you just let them stay on a certain amount of years so they can get on their feet. But you don't just push them out into the street like that without giving them shelters or something, or, you know, so that people come to abandon their houses and take over your houses when somebody did them late, you know, and the taxes just keep building up or whatever, you know, and the bills have to get paid or they come and turn the stuff off. Then where are you? You out in the cold, your clothes out in the cold, your personal belongings, you know, you have nowhere to eat and survive. So you end up living on a bus or on the street, and you're always scared, you know, of the bill collector coming and turning off your lights or, you know, without the help of this program. You have to keep the mayor, the governor, the president, you know, the vice president, the council people to help you with these programs. They have programs that they have HUD. HUD has helped you out. HUD puts you on a long list, you know. And if you don't abide by it, keep your house clean and everything like that, have these private landlords keep the house up to date so that they can pass these inspections, then you won't have no place to live. The Section 8 or HUD won't have you. They have HUD houses to help you. And you should be able to get into it. They have programs where you can own a house. It's called Baltimore Live, Baltimore Live. And you can go down there and get on a lottery and they'll give you $5,000 with some brains. So you might as well check it out yourself. People won't tell you, but it's there, and they show you how to get into home ownership and everything else, and healthcare, like healthcare for the homeless. And you have to ask your people that are running to help you with this, you know, because that's what they should. We all made a change with Barack Obama. It's time to have more people like that, you know, because he didn't have his time in there, and we didn't got healthcare from him. And now we need to keep on doing the same thing, more of more. And my son, he became something good. I want my son, I work hard, I work 3 jobs, and cancer and everything else, in order to diabetes and everything else, in order to have my sons and everything have a better life. And they did graduate school. That was the first black people in St. Louis. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernadette.
Thank you.
And we're going to be here. Yep, we're going to hear from you. We're going to hear from everybody. We got all night. It's about time that people that are running for office hear from people that know what it's like to sleep out here on the avenue. So this is a night of listening. So anybody, if you want to talk about your healthcare stories, you want to talk about losing your teeth because you ain't got dental, you want to talk about your gas, your electric being shut off, you want to talk about the indignities that you have to go through as a woman being out here, whatever it is, this is your night tonight to be able to talk about this stuff. So with that, Reverend Annie is going to give us a little prayer, you know, to whoever your God is, or your higher power, and then people are going to continue to eat and stuff like that. We're going to get other supplies out here, and then we're going to take a little break. So with that, Reverend Annie can give us that prayer.
Yes. I just want to say, before I say the prayer, I got to say this. Again, we're in Baltimore City. We got a woman running for mayor that does not give a damn about people, poor, working class people. The rents in this city is astronomical. They have closed down most of the public housing. They has taken away most of the public housing. We're talking about homelessness. We're talking about homelessness. And there should be no homeless people in America. So I'm saying to everybody again, please make a change. Make a change. Vote green.
Right.
Vote for Joshua. We got people in this city that's running. We got Ian that's running over the 12th. We need help. We're losing all the public housing over there in the 12th. Did y'all know they just made a deal in South Douglas? They done sold Perkins. And now they done made a deal in South Douglas. Sold Somerset, Pleasant View Garden. All of that is gone. So we got to understand. I know I'm taking up time, but I have to tell the truth. I want people to know why we out here. I want people to know that we got to get out and fight. We cannot sit at home and say, maybe somebody.
Right.
We can't vote for Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Hillary Clinton has done the worst. The Clintons tore up poor people. Her and her husband, Bill and Hillary, came in. We just went vote for Donald Trump. I understand. We just went vote. He ain't buddy anyway. That's their buddy anyway. Do you understand? Did you see how he used to coach them and hang out with them? So I want y'all to vote green. Let's make a history. Let's make history. With that, I want to say, oh, gracious and heavenly Father, we come to you because you got all power in your hand. You got up, Jesus, with all power. And if we don't believe, we won't receive. But we believe in you, Father. You will not allow us to perish down here. We should not have our children begging for bread. We should not have our people laying on the street. So we want you to give us the strength and the courage. As we pray, brothers and sisters, we got to get up and fight. We got to fight. We can't stand up and just stay on our knees. God help those that help themselves. And we got to get up and fight. With that, I want to say amen.
All right. Pray for our judges, our councilmen, our lawyers, everything else.
Yes.
Thank you.
I